Hi, I'm Melissa Vance with the Wayne County Area Chamber of Commerce, and you're tuning into Chamber Impact Podcast. And we're so excited to have you join us today. We've got a lot to talk about. We're really hitting on our internship program, work-based learning, called Student Future Success. We're going to talk a little bit about things at the board level and what's happening with our friends next door to our office at Three Rivers. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up in regard to events, things you are not going to want to miss. So make sure you stay tuned in for the whole thing for Lynette's list.
Really good ones.
Yes. So with that, I want to introduce our guests with us today. We have Katie Alyea from our board and Three Rivers. Thanks for coming.
So happy to be here.
And we have Isabella Markward.
Hi, my name is Isabella, and I'm a junior at Northeastern High School right now.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. And then, of course, Lynette Davis, who is our director of events and in charge of all things fun. So we're going to jump right in and talk a little bit about what we call Student Future Success, which is our high school internship opportunities that are developing now. So Isabella, tell us a little bit about you, just in general.
So I'm a junior, and I play volleyball for both my school and through a club called Monsiana. And I am...
Montana, that's big time.
Yes, yeah. And I'm just super excited to talk about the workplace learning because I think it's really a good thing that's happening and being implemented.
So what made you interested in the work-based learning opportunities in the first place?
Yeah, so I'm always been conflicted on what I want to go into after I graduate. And I think that the work-based learning is a really, in the internships are a really awesome way for me to get, experience and see if this is something I want to do when I graduate. So that's definitely a part of it. And it's also just a, great opportunity to get experience and, yeah.
Right. It's a wonderful thing to put on your college application, for one.
Yes.
It's really interesting that we only have to really start focusing on students that are freshmen this year, because by the time they graduate, they have to have these new diploma seals with work-based learning opportunities. Right. But the students now can go ahead and participate in these things
older than the freshmen.
and work on it. And it's exciting to see how many students like you are jumping in and taking advantage right away.
Thank you.
So do you have an idea of what you do want to do after college?
I don't know what I want to do after college. I'm looking at business for my bachelor's and a couple other things, but yeah, really right now I don't know what I want to do. So getting this opportunity is really ideal to help me figure it out.
Great.
I love that so many these opportunities are there, that our chamber is doing things like the career fair and the internships and so forth, because I went to college. I have a degree. I'm not using what my degree is not what I'm doing. And I wish I had explored other options or had the opportunity to explore. And so I love that we are doing this, and you can kind of figure out, okay, I definitely don't want to do this.
And figuring it out earlier than when, I don't want to sound like a dinosaur, but back in my day, I wasn't getting those experiences until well into or late in my college life. And so you're going to be getting to see all of that so much earlier, which only goes to benefit you and your goals and what you want to do.
Right.
I used to have some idea of things that you've tried it and you know that I like this and I don't like that before you waste your money on a degree that you're not going to necessarily use.
Thanks for my degree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But so from your experience as an intern next year, what do you hope to learn?
I just really hope to learn what, if I possibly go into this career, what it could look like for me. And I'm just going to see so many things and I was talking to Chantal, and she was telling me so many awesome opportunities that I would have, and I get to see so many things that go on like behind the scenes, and I just think that's an awesome like opportunity.
Yeah.
Great. What, from a board standpoint, Katie, when we first started talking about work-based learning and how the chamber can and could be involved, from a board standpoint, what value was talked about around the table, and what were you seeing on your end?
Well, from a board perspective, I just love the work-based learning so much because it's a program that's the perfect intersection of education and workforce development. So what the students are going to be exposed to are going to help them be stronger. They're going to, like you were mentioning, the experiences you're going to get to see that will help determine maybe a career path that you hadn't thought about, or even opening your eyes to, gosh, I did not know that this business offered a career in whatever it might be. So it's an amazing benefit from the student side because, like I said earlier, I didn't have those opportunities when I was in high school. Basically, we kind of got the story that if you don't get a 4-year degree, you're not going to do anything with your life. But there were no opportunities prior to graduation to see a career path. You had to. I didn't even have my first interview until I was a junior or senior in college. And so getting to do those things earlier helps set our students up for success and hopefully will help allow them to see the opportunities that are here locally that could hopefully keep them here and change that narrative of there is nothing for me here, I have to move to Indianapolis or I have to move to Chicago or wherever it may be, changing that narrative to let them see there are a lot of career pathways here. But then on the workforce development side, we're helping businesses because a business is only as strong as the talent pipeline behind it. And we all have talked with businesses for years about the importance of workforce. And if anybody has been in HR, they know the importance and the struggle that comes with hiring and getting good talent. So I think it's, the work-based program is just at that perfect intersection of helping our young people and our students in the community and giving a benefit to our business folks.
Well, Katie, I know you have been working with Three Rivers for how long now?
I was at West End for 4 years, and it's been 6 years since Three Rivers merged with West End. So a total of 10 years in the community and with the organization.
So how have you seen Three Rivers really diving into financial education and how does the work that you all do complement the work of this SFS, Student Future Success Program?
Yeah, you said it exactly. It's very complementary. So financial education is a huge component at Three Rivers. Every day we are helping our members and the community understand the importance of being financially smart and having the knowledge to make wise decisions in your own daily life, whether that comes from a lending side, if you need a loan, but knowing the background to what goes into needing a loan and what you can qualify for, but also the importance of having savings accounts and creating budgets and working towards goals and all of that. So the importance of the financial education and what we do every day is such a complement to a program like this because the work-based learning opens the door to opportunities for the students, but what we're doing every day on the financial education component is going to create a confidence. So if you understand to a better degree than most people, if you understand, where you are in terms of your pay every month, what you can afford in terms of whatever the little niceties are. I've got my iced coffee here this morning. It gives students, because when they get their first job, they're now probably the first time experiencing a steady income and getting a paycheck.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably more money than they have seen from, mom and dad giving an allowance, or grandma and grandpa with birthday presents, or things like that. So it's a steady income that can look really awesome until you actually like, oh man, I've got gas now to and from my job every day. I've got that expense. Possibly maybe having your own insurance, or whether that's under your parents.
Yeah.
But with the financial education, having a young person know those things to be on the lookout for, especially, on credit cards, because that's around the time that can enter the picture, and, what to look out for and how to be safe when it comes to using credit cards. And it gives them more confidence when they're going into that job for the first time, that they don't have to worry about, no, I've got this plan. I know I've got my, what I'm expected to bring in laid out, and it just makes for a more confident and well-rounded person.
If you don't tell your money where to go, it's going to leak out and you're going to lose it.
Yes.
I mean, it's just kind of the way it is, right?
And, yep, exactly.
And that's a hard lesson to learn.
Yes.
I think we've all experienced lessons in life,
Yes.
but that's a hard lesson to learn.
And we would be here to help. We are here to help folks when they do. And there's so many unknowns, things that come up unexpectedly. But we're here with no judgment, and just to help educate. And because it is kind of sad, my mom and dad taught me a lot about finances and tracking your dollars. Not to say I'm the best at it still, but there are so many that don't get that.
Yeah.
And that's what we can help
Absolutely.
with.
So I know you've been working with Alexis on Behind the Business feature that's going to come out soon. Talk about why it's important to tell Three Rivers' story and what you hope to see come from that.
Yeah, it's so cool to have the opportunity to do something like Behind the Business, because it gives a behind-the-scenes peek about Three Rivers that allows us to really tell our story about who we are. It allows us to give a highlight to our awesome team, our great culture, and a lot of times in traditional marketing and advertising, that kind of message gets lost.
It does.
So having the ability to tell our story in such a natural way is really cool for us.
And this one's going to be, and you all are going to want to check that out as soon as it is launched. That filming at BAM Fitness, which is a great customer and great success story. So I'm excited for people to hear that. And that's just a teaser. We're not going to go in any further on that side. But I also wanted to give you a chance to talk a little bit about how Three Rivers shows up in the community.
Yeah.
Because we see you everywhere at everything, just being supportive.
Yeah. Thank you. Community is so important to Three Rivers and what we believe in. We're not just a credit union, or as a lot of people still call us, a bank. We're not a financial institution that's just here. This is our community too, and our team members live here and work here. We give back in a lot of different ways and very intentionally, but we have our Three Rivers Foundation that grants nonprofits throughout the year funding for initiatives that involve education, financial wellness, or health and wellness. And the impact of those gifts to the organizations that are doing the work is amazing. And our teams show up in so many different ways. They volunteer on boards. They show up to committees. And these aren't just like one-off things. It's consistently being there and being present.
Right.
And I think that's, our team, part of our culture, our team loves that. And community means a lot to us. So the ability we have to give back in the ways we do is so important.
Now, okay, also, I'm going to jump in there too. If I come up with some crazy idea of like a video or a dance or a Wayne's World photo, I know Three Rivers is going to be right in there head first. Their crew is going to come up with something, and they have.
Oh, yeah.
It's been fun, I know. I just call over there and say, hey, got an idea?
Oh gosh, our group, we love those wacky ideas. It's so fun, and it just changes, the day to day for our team to be able to be involved in fun stuff like that. But it really does mean a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully, when you find a permanent spot that you land in, whether it's in business or in another field, whatever that ends up being, that place has a little bit of that fun element too, because we always say we work hard, but we have a great time doing it.
Yes.
And your team is really good at that as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Makes the hard days bearable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little bit better.
Absolutely. And you gotta be able to laugh. Gotta be able to laugh about it.
Well, Lynette, what's your list?
Is it my turn now? We're on to me already. Hold on, I gotta change up. I get my notes up here. Okay, so speaking of fun, we are getting kind of back into our bigger chamber event times, where we have some fun things coming up. So first thing I want to mention is an absolute chamber favorite, and that is our annual golf outing. I say annual golf outing. We actually started a second golf outing, but this is kind of the big one. Like, it's so big, we started a second golf outing in the fall. But this is our June golf outing, and it is so big that we have 2 flights full of golfers, just golfers everywhere. We take over Forest Hills that day, literally. And so this is one of our favorites. So right now I am getting our sponsor teams signed up. So it's not quite open to the general chamber membership yet to get a team in there, but that will be happening soon. So look out for that.
Are you a golfer, Isabella?
I am not, but I have friends who are.
Well,
I am not either, but I run a golf outing.
no volleyball that day, but
I can run a mean golf outing, but I'm not a golfer. Other than Top Golf.
Yes. Mini golf.
Mini golf. Yeah.
Mini golf, that's my jam.
I love putting this day together so the golfers that do enjoy it can go have a good time.
They love it.
And I'll put Katie on the spot. You want hole number 10
Yes.
again? Okay.
Wait, is that the one closest to the?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one
Yes.
closest. Katie always wants the one closest to the clubhouse, which is fair.
it's the perfect view.
Yes.
It is a beautiful view.
Yes.
So
yeah.
yes. Thank
Well,
you.
number 10
Reserve
at Forest
that
Hills
one.
is gorgeous.
it.
So, all right, there we
Thank
go. We
you.
got her. Put you on the spot. You have to
Thank
say
you.
yes to it right now.
That's from
on
the email I
podcast.
saw with the red attention that I haven't gotten to yet, probably.
Specifically for you.
Yeah, and if you are a golfer, you probably already know you stop by Three Rivers and pick up goodies.
Yes.
Usually involve some sort of fun shades.
Yes.
So
I do love the
yeah.
sunglasses
They're a
that you
hit.
have out there.
They
They're
really, I am
really
so
are a
tired
hit.
of them, but everyone loves them, so I can't stop.
Yeah.
You
getting
can't stop.
them. No,
You can't.
stop, won't stop.
That's right.
No, I do love those. So, yes. So, like I said, we are getting sponsor teams in right now, and then we'll see what we have left for chamber member teams. But we usually have a few spots left for that. And if you don't get in on this one, then we do have the fall one.
Yep.
So we'll
Register
check it
fast
September.
because they go fast.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun. I know our committee, ACES committee, has come up with and is working on some fun things for it too. So it'll be a good day. Hopefully,
Great.
weather like today is where it's nice. And
Yes.
beautiful.
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 Well, that's a wrap for us. Thank you guys for being here. Very nice to have you with us, Isabella.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
me.
joining us.
And-
It wasn't so bad, right?
No, not at all.
We weren't too scary,
No.
I hope. And Katie, always fun spending time
Yes,
with you
thank
and
you.
hanging out. Appreciate all the
best.
Three Rivers does, but also your continued presence on our board and the support of the chamber.
Grateful
so
to do
thank
it.
you. And thank you for tuning in today. Make sure you share and comment on the podcast, and then follow us so that you get notifications for all of our podcasts coming up. And hopefully you've learned a little something that you didn't already know. We appreciate you tuning in and your support of Wayne County. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Chamber Impact.